Hey, Frank.
Very competitive practice in this day, a tale of two sides. An offensive unit that started off fast. We installed and prepared and taught coming out today from the -1 for the offense, backed up for the defense with an intention of pending an offense and an offense with the desire to move the ball about. The offense got the better of the defense in that drill. At the back end of the drill, we had a defensive line and secondary that had about enough. And for the last 20 minutes or so of practice was simply dominant. A defensive line that was unblockable, a secondary that picked off a couple of picks to secure victory for our defensive unit. So still need that consistency, not just to start fast, but to finish strong from an offense. And a defensive unit that needs to not just finish, but start with the temperament to be dominant in the day. But all in all, pleased. Stalwarts of the game were probably the defensive line on today. They changed the line of scrimmage. They moved the line of scrimmage and were dominant throughout practice.
Frank, Mondays are your off days. How has the team responded on Tuesdays these last 2 weeks?
Yeah, they've been great. They've been great. You know, we've tried to do some team bonding things on Sunday night and just really share ourselves with one another to bring our team closer together. I think that's been extremely helpful for us. We got a big deal coming up on Sunday, this upcoming Sunday, where we have a talent show, coaches against players, and so we look forward to it to break the monotony of a rigors of camp. I think it's good for our team. We're getting closer to one another. We're getting to know one another. That you have a staff that is not detached. We understand. We were once your age as well, and a group of young men that are turning to their staff and looking for guidance and turning to one another and building camaraderie and team, which is something you always desire.
What was your message to the guys coming away from today's practice?
Similar to what I just said, how to start, how to finish, both units respectively, as we go about our business. And you can't start slow and you cannot finish strong, that it takes 4 quarters to win a football game. And the consistency of it, and it's an identity that we're trying to establish, that we understand that.
How do you coach consistency?
Relentlessly. That every time it tries to creep in, not consistency, not fanatical effort, we coach against it. We encourage. We're conscientious of it. We speak of it. We drill it. We film it. We show it. And we better ourselves from it.
You mentioned this becoming more of a player-led team this year. I mean, how did that come about?
I think just those guys who've been here, those guys like Carl Austin, guys like Bill and Baker, guys that have been a part of our, Andrew Mortel, been a part of our program and taste in their sophomore or freshman years victory and getting to a bowl game and having that experience and qualifying in the next. And then coming off the year that we did a year ago, they want to attain it yet again. They want to get back to our winning ways, a culture that allows us to prosper. And so I think it comes from within the individual and the leadership of our team. And those guys certainly are our leaders.
Frank, you mentioned the defensive line. I think we're going to talk to a few guys. Just what have you seen from that group? And, you know, they look pretty deep on paper. You expecting a lot from that group?
I am. We are. And they are deep. We are deep. Inside and out, on the edges as well as in an interior standpoint, we're as much as 3 deep. And it's rare when you can find 12 guys to rotate in there. But we have it with very little drop-off. We have dominant play from those guys up front who are great teammates with one another, who support one another, who share. You know, we call it 1A, 1B, next one, because there really is no difference in their style of play and what we're trying to accomplish.
You guys moved Brett Winnigan to wide receiver this year. What impact has he had at that position?
He's done some good things for us there. You know, we want to be able to get him the ball in space and take advantage of his speed. And we think we're much better capable of doing that by putting him at the receiver position and not always a direct handoff where he's kind of relegated to run in between this space. because it's such a disciplined course that a back has with the offensive line, with helmet placement, etc. Out in space, we can throw it to him or pitch it to him and let him go do what he does best and make someone miss and use his God-given speed.
Is he taking to it pretty quickly?
He is. He's doing very well. There's some things that he specializes in, and we'll probably concentrate on those things that he do extremely well. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Frank.